Good morning, everybody. There's a story about this young lady who was in a relationship with a boy for quite a few years. Things didn't work out and they split up, each person going to date other people. But whilst they were dating their new prospective partners, they were still meeting up and sleeping together. Now, the new boyfriend to the girl had also dated her for a few years and decided that it was time for them to get married. So they started planning their wedding in earnest. The boy had gone to perform the traditional rites in Africa and had the girl as his fiancée, and they were planning this wedding. But as time went on, the boy had this, nudging feeling that his wife-to-be was sleeping around with somebody else. He couldn't really put a finger on who it was, but he had his suspicions. And so he hired a private investigator to follow the girl around and figure out what was going on. He wanted to be sure of what he was doing before he actually got married to her. And so it wasn't long before the private investigator got the fiancé to understand that the girl was still sleeping with her ex-boyfriend and that she actually frequents his house quite a bit during the week and especially at the weekend. So all those times when the girl would give flimsy excuses to the fiancé about reasons why she couldn't come see him, she was busily engaging the ex-boyfriend. The weeks to the wedding were approaching, and now it's the final weekend. The wedding is on the Saturday. The Friday evening, the guy wanted to see the fiancée, and she says, "Oh, I can't come. I have to plan for the wedding. My dress isn't done yet. There's so many rounds we have to do, so I can't come." Okay, go figure it out. See you in the morning. We're getting married anyway. Fantastic. This girl leaves her house at crazy o'clock at night and decides to go to the ex-boyfriend for one last round of sleeping together before she marries this new fiancé of hers. As soon as she arrives at the guy's house, the ex-boyfriend's house, the private investigator calls the fiancé, to the husband-to-be or fiancé, to come to a location, takes him to the house where the girl is seeing the ex-boyfriend, and the girl doesn't see them. They take pictures. He has all the evidence that he needs, and they quietly leave. She stays there overnight, wakes up at the crack of dawn and goes back home, dresses up, gets all her bridesmaids, the family, everything together, and heads to the church for the wedding. Everything is hunky-dory. The choristers are singing. The pastor that is going to bless the marriage is there. Everything is pretty good. They get to the pulpit where they're supposed to exchange the vows. The lady goes first, proposes and purports and says everything that needs to be said in the vows. And now it's the turn of the fiancé to also repeat the vows too. And he says to the pastor, "There is absolutely no way that I'm marrying this woman, because as she's standing here, she's carrying somebody else's semen all over the place, and I just simply cannot do this." I always talk a lot about people thinking that they're intelligent, they're clever, they're the best things that life has, and only them have sense to do whatever it is that they want. But you see, what goes around comes around. If you're dating somebody and you don't want to be in that relationship anymore, it's about time you just call it quits. Cheating, thinking you can be in a relationship with somebody else and still be looking back to your past. That's what your ex is. Your past. It's done. If the man valued you enough, if he thought that you were worthy enough to be wife material, to be a partner for life, he would have kept you at that. He's made it abundantly clear by breaking up with you, or for the relationship to not work, that this is not your spouse, this is not your partner for life, and it's time for you to cut him or her loose and live your life. This woman collapses because she thinks that she has outsmarted everybody and she's the wisest person that lived. and the marriage obviously ended. And I can promise you that the ex-boyfriend that she was sleeping with isn't going to have her back either. She was just easy pickings for him. It was just good whilst it lasted. Somebody else has to take responsibility for her. All he wanted her for is somebody to have fun with. And this is really what I want, especially my sisters. That's not to say I'm supporting brothers who are married to their wives and sleeping with their ex-girlfriends behind their backs either. But I'm saying this is that at the end of the day, when you're with somebody, you're hoping that your relationship works. It's why you date. It's why you want to study each other and actually be sure that this is somebody you're prepared to spend the rest of your life with. If it doesn't work out, hear it. Accept it for what it is. Maybe it's the heavens saying this is not your partner to be and you need to let it go. Now, in letting it go, close the door, shut the windows, lock them if you must, put padlocks on them, do whatever it takes. But at the end of the day, fundamentally, remove this person from your mind, get rid of them. It's the done deal. Forget about them. It is your past. There is no way you can move forward when you're still turning around and worrying about what is behind you. This is what has set a lot of people back in life. And it's not just with relationships, it's with everything. If you want to move on with your life, forge ahead, look forward, tunnel vision, keep putting one foot in front of the other. If you keep, dilly-dallying and looking in your past to see what is there, worrying about the things that have happened that you have no more control over, my darling, you set yourself up for failure. This is exactly what my sister did. And now a marriage that she could have enjoyed forever and a day has ended in tears. She collapsed. She's in hospital. The man has left. The other husband, the other boyfriend ain't interested in her neither. So she's lost both ways. Sometimes certain people are brought into your life to ruin every good thing that comes into your life. And so unless you're prepared to close that door, call it a day. It didn't work. Okay, pick up the pieces and move on with your life. Until you're prepared to do that, you continue to go through life trying to learn that same lesson and going around life in a roundabout and in a circular motion until you've actually learned that lesson. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, the Bible says, but the end thereof is death. Think about these things. Think about your life and what matters. The past is the past. Sometimes you just need to close that door and move forward with your life. Cut your losses and move on. If this man really wanted you, if he actually loved you that much, he would have stayed for you. He hasn't stayed because it wasn't ever meant to be and it was never going to work. You were just easy pickings. Oh yeah, he's somebody else's responsibility, but I can still have fun with her. How stupid can some of us be in thinking that we can dip our foots into 2 or 3 different pies and still have the peace of mind and clarity of thought to do life and to have things going the way that we desired it to be. And for me, even if she hadn't been caught by the fiance before the wedding, guaranteed that was not going to be the last time she slept with that man. Even in marriage, she would have continued to do that. And the man, he don't care. He'll just carry on having easy pickings at you. You as a human being need to value yourself. Respect yourself enough. If you didn't want me, if you rejected me back then, that's fine. I've closed that door. Good luck to you and keep it moving. I hope that this video has resonated with somebody, actually makes sense. And if you're here and you've watched this video and it's made some sense to you or you found some value in it, please, for the love of God, share this video on your personal profile page. Somebody needs to hear the story today and make amendments and reformations in their mind and in their goings into life, because not everything that looks right to us as humans in our human eyes is meant to be had. The past is the past. Shut the door. Keep it closed. Keep it moving. Move forward into the destiny and the greatness that awaits you. Sometimes things happen and we need to learn lessons out of them. Learn the lessons. Make yourself a better person. and the heavens will bring forward that person that is meant and destined to be with you, to love you and to cherish you, to value you, and you do the same for that person too. My name is Sika. I love you so much. I want to thank you all for being here. Delphine, Pauline, Nicole, everybody. I love you all so much. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. God bless you. Stay beautiful and handsome. And remember, the past is the past. Shut the door, keep it closed, and keep moving forward. Bye.